This is a view of the National Palace in Managua, the place that was taken over by the Sandinistas in 1978, which was a major victory for them in their insurrectionary struggle against the Somoza dictatorship. We're now on the main plaza of Managua. This is the tomb of Carlos Fonseca, one of the main founders of the Frente Sandinista, which was founded in 1961. Carlos Fonseca was born in 1936 and was killed in 1976 in a confrontation with the National Guard. So here the people are saying, Nicaragua, all of Nicaragua says to you, Carlos, present. We are present to you and with you. Here we see the eternal flame in honor of Carlos Fonseca. This is the old cathedral of Managua, which has been abandoned since the earthquake of 1972. In December of that year, Jesuit Father Fernando Cardenal and a group of young people decided to promote a Christmas without luxuries, a celebration which would not distract people's attention from the problems of poverty and injustice. They began a fast in the atrium of the cathedral, explaining the true meaning of the birth of Jesus and demanding the release of political prisoners from the jails of the Somoza dictatorship. The fast ended abruptly in the early minutes of December 22nd, when Managua was destroyed by an earthquake. Also, right here in the main plaza is the tomb of Santos Lopez, the living link between Sandino and the Frente Sandinista de Liberación Nacional. He died in 1984, but he was a living link in the sense that he was involved with Sandino in the struggle against the U.S. invaders. And Sandino, of course, was killed in 1934. Then Santos Lopez was also involved with the Frente after it was founded in 1961. The great Nicaraguan poet Rubén Darío is also represented here in this plaza. Bill Stewart was a TV reporter for ABC TV News. He was here in Nicaragua in 1979. He was covering the insurrection, which ultimately resulted in the victory of the revolution on July 19th, 1979. He was slaughtered really right here on this corner, along with his translator, Juan Francisco Espinosa Castro, and they were just murdered by the National Guard troops, shot to death at close range. This was filmed, and so it was one of the important events that helped to move public opinion, both here in Nicaragua and around the world, especially in the U.S., against the Somoza dictatorship. Indeed, the Carter administration cut off aid to Somoza as a result of this. This was the home of Jose Maria Castillo, an official in the Somoza government. In December of 1974, a Sandinista commando invaded the house where a party was being held in honor of the U.S. ambassador. High government officials, as well as Somoza family members, were taken hostage. To gain their release, Somoza had to agree to a large ransom payment, the liberation of political prisoners, and the publication of a message from the Sandinista Revolutionary Organization. The commandos were allowed safe passage to Cuba. The U.S. ambassador had left the party before the house was taken over. With this action, the Sandinistas entered fully into armed struggle against the dictatorship. Daniel Ortega, currently president of Nicaragua, was one of the Sandinistas released. Interestingly, within sight of the former Castillo residence is the Seminole Hotel, in which the Ortega of today has a major interest.